Welcome everyone to the 5th season and the final season, at least of this generation of New 26. I am of course Nirvana Sparkle, and welcome to New 26 9 to 5. For those unfamiliar with the New 26, this is your weekly My Little Pony Friendship is Magic episode review show. I review each episode right after they air, in the order in which they are given, with a 1 to 6 scale, 1 being worst, 6 being best. I've done this now for a staggering 4 years, and season 8 marked the most successful in terms of ratings for the season, with a staggering, unbelievable, if you count the Best Gift Ever special, 11 6 out of 6s. The bar is high, walking into the final season of Friendship is Magic proper. After this, there will be 213 total episodes that will make up the final count, after which we will award the best episode of the season and begin the daunting task of crowning the best episode ever in a top 26 mega list. It's going to be tough for me, but I guarantee it will all get done. So, let's begin this journey with, the appropriately titled The Beginning of the End. Moral first, as always is. You know, there's this saying in sports, there's this saying in basically anything. The skills and the qualities and the very things that bring you to the dance are the very thing, when the pressure is on, that show your best stuff and give you the ability to win. It's the things internally, the things that make you you, that give you the power and the confidence to persevere over any challenge. That is the moral of the first 2 episodes of this final season, and it could not be more appropriate. For those that have not seen the episode, here comes the episode spoilers and the total rundown. Celestia and Luna, longtime rulers of Equestria, have decided that maybe their time is up and Twilight's time is now. Like now. This, of course, causes Twilight to go DEFCON 5 Twilighting levels. And yes, my beloved word, Twilighting, is now canon. It's a bittersweet, humbling feeling that I came up with that term nearly 3 years ago as an off-joke for my own stuff. And yet here it is now. With Twilight focused on the transfer of power ceremony and getting herself set up to do the big job, she's overly stressing. But the forces of evil, they see this as an opportunity, led by Gen 1 to Gen 4 redo, transfer Grogar, a very mean, very magically powerful, dark billy goat, And this Billy Goat has been waiting 1,000 years to get him some revenge on Equestria. And especially payback on old Twilight herself. And he proposes a very smart thing. Group all the villains from all the previous seasons, Cozy Glow, Tierig, Chrysalis, and strangely returning King Somba together in a villain alliance to shut the good guys down. But Somba ain't about that ish. And he wants to go off on his own. Look at this as proper setup for the final season's major arc. Think of it like a video game. This thing's going to have a series of mega boss fights as we lead to the end, featuring all the key villains in one last villainous role until we get to the big bad. It's kind of similar, strangely, to Power Ranger structure, and it works strangely well here. Well, the first time the girls run into Somba, they take the elements of harmony with them and easily dispose of the Dark Crystal Prince. But soon after his defeat, he's back again, setting up a major season-long thing, the Tree of Harmony's destruction. If the destruction of Golden Oak's library at the end of Season 4 was the destruction of the Command Center in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, then the destruction of the Tree of Harmony is the destruction of the Power Chamber in Power Rangers Turbo. Each of these things has a significant link and shows that we are on the way to the final arc. However, with the Tree of Harmony's destruction, Sombra's evil for a time goes largely unchecked. The ever-free force returns to being rabid. It's up to everybody to get their act together. And Twilight's confidence at this point is completely and utterly shook as the stress of her new position to be in the current situation crumbles the otherwise overly prepared one. But she gets constant reassurance throughout the episode from the rest of the Harmony Six and Discord. Discord dropping the moral lines this time that ultimately lead to Sombra's final, disintegrating, crushing defeat. And yes, they did say friendship is magic, so I have to say roll credits! If you watch Cinemair Sins, you understand that joke. The pacing of this episode set of 2 is incredibly well paced. Part 1 goes by just about as well as other Part 1s, while Part 2 takes a slow, methodical approach, upping the stakes, which is usually a Part 1 deal, but putting it here. Of course, the moral is super duper strong here, and Samra is kind of an egomaniacal ham, thinking that no one will stop him trying to break out into monologues. This is the Samra appearance that I think people were expecting at the beginning of Season 3, The Crystal Empire. Well, we finally got it here 6 years later, and it most certainly pays off here. Plus, Twilight doesn't exactly take over at the end of the episode, but it does set up the fact that she will, which is kind of tipping us off already to how the series might have its final scene. Animation is of course good. Voice acting, as per the usual, is awesome, and John Delancey's jokes as Discord actually have a meaning and a purpose here. And they're short and funny. No longer are they loaded with references, they stick to the point of the threat. Plus, it's nice to see Shining Armor and Cadence and Flurry doing stuff. And it's nice to actually see Celestia and Luna with Star Swirl out on the front lines to protect Ponyville from the Everfree Forest going out of control in Part 2. There's references all over the place to episodes prior, as the girls are talking to Twilight about the many accomplishments they have made to try to boost her confidence to no avail. And of course, anxious Twilight is funny Twilight. And it totally makes sense. And yes, everybody's using the Twilighting word, which makes me smile with glee. This two-parter upped the stakes tremendously, introducing a big bad for the end of the road and a series of boss fights and angles to come. Plus, the overarching endpoint for our heroines as taking over as rulers and defenders of Equestria. But the downing of the Tree of Harmony plus other things will lead to other events. It's like everything's coming together in a final puzzle piece, which is a final season must. There's still a lot of episodes to go and a lot of things to do, but for a season opener, we've gotten off on the right track. Yes, having the coordination not happen here is a disappointing red herring, but we've got an entire season to get to. Funny, well-paced, and with probably high stakes, especially for an opener, in the introduction of an even bigger boss fight at the end. The beginning of the end does exactly what the title encourages. It sets up the road to come, and sets it up rather well, with big and dread and worry abound. We've got a long road to go till we get to the end. But this 6 out of 6 start has me thinking we might be on the road to maybe the best for last. 6 out of 6 is the score I'm giving. Although you could make a case for a 5 in some areas, but I think the tension, the setups, the ultimate big bad, and Samba's crushing defeat as we roll credits pays dividends. Yes, there was a lot of twilighting going on leading up to the hype of this episode, but we can all stop twilighting fandom at least for 1 week. Then we're going to have to bring the bags for next week. Leave your thoughts on the episode in the comments below. And make sure to check out the playlist for the previous seasons on the channel line. When you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to continue on this road to me. This has been New 26 9 to 5. Until next week when we talk about uprooting with the return of the Student 6. Until next week, I'm Nirvana Sparkle. Find peace in your own nirvana. And I don't need no stinking elements. I'll see you next time.